Welcome, one and all, to yet another episode of the Beardy Boys. So today we have a few subjects to cover. Mine are a little
Woohoo!
light. Chad's are a little heavy. Rick's
Uh,
are a bit tasty, from what I understand. And I figure we should just address the elephant in the room. Hi there. Talking about me. Talking about me. But
he's talking about my trunk hanging between my legs.
there you go. But also, just
Oh my
well,
god!
we also, it is June. It is Pride Month, but also this is also the birth month of two of us.
That's right.
Yeah, Chad's was a little earlier this month, and mine
The eight.
is mine here in another
What? A
two
couple of
days.
days?
Yeah,
Yeah,
twenty
just a
second.
couple. Just a
Yeah,
couple.
and I'm gonna
We're the
be
same age right now, and then
yeah.
in 2 days, Nate's
I'm gonna
older
be
than me.
35. I'll be one. I'm officially 351 days older than Chad.
Yep.
Yeah,
He beat me by a little bit.
just a bit, just a hair.
Not a
So
full rotation, but close.
no, close enough though. All right, we have some subjects to cover today. It is it it is Tuesday, so typically the
It's
news
Tuesday,
cycle.
ain't it?
It's Tuesday,
Oh
ain't
my
it?
god.
Yeah. So I figured, Rick, how about you start us off with some tasty subject matter?
All right, just to entertain the people, also people in the comments can also talk about what they would like to do with this information as well. If you could go back and have a game remade, which game would you want to remake?
Shit. Go
Is
ahead,
there a
Nate.
game you think it's like
You go
perfect?
first.
You think it could have been perfect if they probably changed the plot a little bit, changed the ending a little bit? If they could have maybe if it was a franchise, maybe like the next part kind of could have tweaked
Mine
this,
is for
tweaked that.
selfish reasons. If you need to think about it for a minute, I'll go ahead, Nate, because I
Go
already
ahead,
know.
go ahead, go ahead. I need a moment.
Morrowind, dude. Morrowind needs to be remade with. We were talking about this on the way to the wrestling show this
Yes,
weekend, actually.
yes.
It's like really heavy debate for me between Morrowind and Oblivion, which one needs to be remade. But when I think about it really hard, it just Morrowind was so fucking epic, dude. It's the best story. I really like the look of the world in Oblivion and stuff like that. And I think that Skyrim has been beat to death and we would rather not have that be done anything with other than moved on from. But I think it would be great to see Morrowind with amazing graphics. I mean, the world would be stunning. It's like an alien planet. I mean, Morrowind is so you can tell that it's just this one secluded area, but it's also like so different, in all of the different sections. And I just would love to see what they've been doing with like Skywind and stuff like that, but like done by actually Bethesda and a bunch of money sunk into it. And that full experience, that story just being more playable. Because let's be real, going back and playing Morrowind now in 2023 fucking sucks,
Yeah,
dude.
it's not the
I mean,
best.
it takes away, the story is so fun and it's such a cool game, but it's just so dated that it makes it irritating as shit to fucking play through. The fast travel sucks. Leveling your character up to where you can do damage to anything at all sucks. Like it was way more of a dice roll playing that game than it was like an action game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it will ever get the respect that it deserves until modern audiences are able to enjoy playing it. They'll never get it. I mean, there's a few people that will. There's a certain sect of gamers that get it, but I understand why after 2 hours of playing the game, everything in the world's still killing you and you can't hit it once, why that would turn you off from it.
Yeah.
So that game needs to be remastered. It would be beautiful. I mean, going to see Vivek with modern graphics would be so insane. I would love it. So that's my pick. It's one of my favorite Elder Scrolls games. The only thing holding it back from being number one is just how dated it is.
Well, on positive note, they did announce that Skywind and Skyblivion would be like released by 2025, which is interesting. I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
But also, you talked about Vivek. They actually have a full walkthrough of Vivek in in Skywind.
Yeah, it's
That you
such a
can
tease,
actually,
man.
yeah, that you can actually
I'm just like, let me do it. I want to do it. I want to play this. Stop.
That's fair. That's fair. If I had to choose, let's see. I would say Zone of the Enders.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Zone of the Enders is a game that I think, given a little nuance and given a little bit more expansion, I think could have been a franchise the same way that Gundam is, because of just, the war between like the different factions of the space stations that are surrounding the various planets and moons. And then of course you have like military, like you could talk about like military industrial complex dominating more of these societies and everything like that. They could have
Yep.
gone in really heavy with it, and
Yeah.
they could have built you up into it. And also, the fish out of water, Leo Stenbuck, the protagonist. I really think that given enough time to expand his character and to sort of like guide him into being a more stable protect, because that's one thing that I like the second runner, but Leo is relegated to like a side character. And I'm just like, there was so much more to tell with his story and so much more to him, and his growth as a character, but we didn't really see that, and I hated that. Still,
Happens a lot in games.
it does, and I hate it when it's to characters that I really like, characters that I know have a lot of potential. And I think that also just there's so many things that they could have done with Zone of the Enders, but I know that it was a very tightly constructed game in terms of budgeting and everything like that, because it was during a time where Konami had faith in Kojima, but it wasn't like this wasn't Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4 era. This was just after Sons of Liberty. This was during the Sons of Liberty era, when he was still gaining like enough traction to be able to do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that that Zone of the Enders is done after 2 games, and I wish that they would revisit it or or like fully remake the original, but with a combat system that is a little bit more. I'd say more. It's sort of action RPG how it was. I would say that plus adding RPG elements to the build of Jehuti, the mech, where it be like, okay, I want to emphasize speed, or I want to be more powerful, or I want
more like Armored Core type shit.
Yes, I would love that, dude. I would love for that to be a thing, and I hope one day, like I'll be like a 50-year-old man, and I'll see a trailer for something. I'll be like, wait a second, it looks familiar.
So just in a couple of years, he wants this thing to come out quick.
Call me the old man. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say if I shave off my beard, I'll look like a baby face.
You do.
I got that baby face.
Yeah.
But then we wouldn't be able to have the Beardy Boys anymore, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah. You'd have to wait until I grow something back. But yeah, that's mine. How about you, Rick?
Jak and Daxter.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
okay.
Jak and Daxter had a promise, and then they abandoned the project. And yes, they gave us masterpieces like Uncharted, Last of Us, and stuff like that. Those were masterpieces, except for part 2, Last of Us. But the whole lore that they had and started building with Jak was pretty kind of phenomenal. It was like almost like a time like fluctuation or like a paradox essentially happening. Teenage Jak saves kid Jak, which then goes back into time. It goes back in time. So he gets prepared to go back to the future to
Mhm.
then save Kid Jack again. So it's a loop, but the future they go to is a city that Mars created, and then you find out in the end of 3 that Jack's real name is Mars. So you
Mm.
find out in the future of this big city that was created with all these precursor legacy, it was created by Jack or
Mm.
Mars.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have Daxter, which is
Some
also a
Terminator
precursor.
shit.
But it's like it's so much to the lore that can be done. And then they made Lost Frontier,
Mm.
which wasn't their project 1,000%. They kind of gave Platinum Games. I think it was Platinum Games. I gotta look it up.
I'll look it up real quick.
Sometimes that works, but a
Because
lot of times it don't.
how Daxter turned into a or I forgot what you call it.
Oh, it was high
Is it
impact. It was high impact.
High Impact.
Yeah.
How Daxter turned into that orange squirrel looking thing was because he went into a pool of dark eco. In other
Mhm.
words, as a precursor, he's immune to dark eco. But in Lost Frontier, he got injected by dark eco and then turned into Dark Daxter. But the lore is basically they're immune to dark. They're light creatures. They're precursors. They're gods. Basically, he has the bloodstreams of a god, which is why he's that. But then in this spin-off game, he gets infected by dark eco, and then we never get to understand how Jack becomes Mars or how this whole you meeting Kid Jack. Is there a way that Mars is still alive, like a a very distant old Jack then
Mm.
meets teenage Jack or young adult Jack? Like there could have been so much things they could have done to expand it and make actual good decent games.
Yeah.
And like even though Jack X, the racing one, was phenomenal, it was a little hit or miss for some fans. But that Lost Frontier was
I thought it was all
horrible.
right.
Yeah, I love X, but some people didn't like it. I know people who grew up with Naughty Dogs, and they're like, yeah, X is a miss for me. I loved it personally to death, but Frontier was horrible. So I would like for Uncharted to kind of go back and kind of remake Jack and Daxter and kind of do it properly and not give it to another third party company to tarnish the reputation this amazing game had.
Well, you know who I think would do a good job with it? Toys for Bob, because they're the ones that did the
Mm.
Crash Bandicoot
With the
remake.
Insane Trilogy or whatever.
Yeah, the Insane Trilogy, and they did the 4th game as well,
Which was
I think.
it's been a return to form for
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot after years of
I
Yeah,
mean,
Crash
prostituting
Bandicoot,
him
It's
out
About Time. Yeah, it was Toys
Yeah.
for Bob. Toys for
and
Bob
that won't
did
be the first time, because Naughty Dog's owned Crash Bandicoot for a while,
Yeah.
and then they gave it away. So if they gave away the IP to Jack and Daxter to the same company, they could probably do it justice with with a remaster. Then potentially maybe a proper 5th game, because Jack X technically is the 4th game. But maybe
Technically,
a proper 5th game and just erase Lost Frontier from history. Just have it eradicated and just have it
Just-
banned.
just
Kind of what they
eliminate-
did with Crash, like Nate said. They went with the reboots of the fucking franchise with remaking the 3 games, and then they added their own 4th.
Yeah, and
I mean,
well,
why
the
not?
lessons they learned. They said that while they were developing the Insane Trilogy, they literally said to themselves, there's ideas that we have that we could do with the engine and with the with the IP and everything." And they presented it to Sony, and Sony was like, "Absolutely." And a lot of people still are just very high on It's About Time. I mean, hell, one of my favorite video game commentary YouTubers, Gerard the Completionist, said that it was a blast to not only play and finish but to complete as well. He said it was just so much fun because they felt like they'd learned from the mistakes of the past and they had amped
Thank
everything
God.
up. They'd amped everything up and they found new ways to tell the story. And that's
it
what you
really
want.
sucked seeing Crash Bandicoot be treated the way he was for so long. Those fucking Game Boy Advance games were just booty, man. They were so
Well, yeah.
bad. Like there wasn't a single
Well-
one of them that was enjoyable.
Well, there was out of all the games that I would say, I
Yeah.
know that Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 are classics.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
And then you had Wrath of Cortex, which was developed by another team, but they basically rehashed and reused a lot of the assets from the previous games, just
I thought
updated
it
the
was fun.
graphics. Yeah, no, it was. It was a good, fun time. But then after
It was
that,
like 05. It was like 04, 05 shit hit the fan for me with Crash Bandicoot.
yeah. And it was after it was when Radical Entertainment and Vicarious Visions took over the development, and then you get like Crash let's see, what was it? It was Twin Sanity,
Yeah.
Crash of the Titans.
Terrible.
Yeah. Crash Bandicoot Mutant Island is like there's no real like there's nothing there that really feels like Crash Bandicoot. It feels like they're pantomiming Crash Bandicoot. It's just like,
Yeah.
and all they have to do is put the "oh" in the game. And that's all
And
they
the
got to do.
redesigns, he looked dumb. Like it just wasn't fun to play.
Crash of the Titans looked horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible, man. Twin Sanity had some fun gameplay developments, like you being able to use like Cortex as like a hammer and stuff like that, like the tag team moves. But still, it's like
I just didn't like it.
Crash Bandicoot Racing, though.
Oh no,
Crash Team Racing,
CTR is amazing. And also Nitro Fuel, the remake that they just did, is also really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he feels like he's back now. It feels like it's been, like a phoenix from the ashes,
feels like he's getting a respiration. He's basically
Can't
on a
say the
revival
same
tour.
thing about Spyro. I didn't really enjoy
I
that.
was just going to say Spyro. I'm like, I haven't seen Spyro in like
I still feel
PS2
like
era.
Yeah, that the PS1 games were, I think, the peak for Spyro, but that's just my opinion.
Well, the Reignited trilogy did a lot to revitalize people's interest in it, but they didn't follow up on it.
Yeah.
They didn't follow up on it. And also, once again, that was Toys for Bob. Toys for Bob did the main development on that. But then it was just like, oh, this wasn't as successful as the Insane trilogy, so we're just gonna, we're gonna move on in another direction. It's like, seriously? Dude, come on. This is Spyro. He was one of the kings of the PlayStation back in the day.
This was the last best game from Spyro. This one I enjoyed to death.
Yes.
I never played that one, I don't think.
New Beginning had positives about it. I liked it.
It was funny. I think David Spade was the little, you call it Dragonfly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
David Spade was Dragonfly. He used to make a lot of stupid jokes in it, so I enjoyed it.
It had its moments in it where I was like, huh, they're actually like putting some effort into this. But then, they did Eternal Night and Dawn of the Dragons, like,
Dude, now that Rare and fucking Xbox have decided to do shit again, why not Banjo-Kazooie? Why not make it look really pretty and don't change a damn thing?
Well, here's the problem is because Banjo-Kazooie, where the license is split between Nintendo, you know how hard Nintendo is about letting IPs go.
But they love money.
They love money, but at the same time,
it's not Mario.
They love to make money, but on their terms. Like if they're not in control, they aren't happy.
I'm convinced that if they can remake GoldenEye with all the hands that were in that pot, they can definitely do Banjo-Kazooie, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's just once again the where I hope and pray one day maybe they're able to finally like cross up and just like make everything work. But
Mm-hmm.
I
They can't say there's no modern eyes on it because you have Smash Brothers. So
Right.
and Smash Brothers, you have a younger audience that sees it, and they probably they have it, and they probably know it because
it would be huge. It would be
if
huge.
they make it to the game, obviously it will pique the interest of these younger audience. Okay, this character is in Smash. Why is it so popular? And then you release the game, or basically make a remake of it, and people will buy it because, I mean, I'm kind of guilty of like buying games of Smash characters I never heard of, so I can see why they're so popular or why they picked them out of all the other characters that's probably available in that franchise. No, I can see why, and I like the character more. So it kind of gives you incentive to bring games back up, especially with big games like Smash.
Yeah.
My biggest hope for a Banjo Kazooie like remake, remaster, or uh, hopefully maybe one day, fingers crossed, Banjo 3E, like Banjo Kazooie 3.
Let's
Like,
forget about nuts and bolts.
not, I don't acknowledge nuts and bolts. That was
Yeah.
not Rare. Well, Rare had a hand in developing it, but it wasn't there. It wasn't.
And the
their
Game
game.
Boy Advance game. Oh,
But yeah, Rare just needs someone to say yes on it, and I think with the numbers they could basically make it happen.
mhm.
But it's just they've been through so many levels of just reorganization. With like
Mhm.
original people leaving after the development of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
And Sea of Thieves was like their main cash cow for a while, that justified them doing what they did. And now that Sea of Thieves is dying out, unfortunately, they're basically having to say, okay, let's try and do something else. And for me, I'm just like, how about you tread known waters? People have been begging for a Banjo, like something in the Banjo Kazooie series forever. Y'all have the IP. Nintendo and Microsoft are playing nice. Like, make it
Which
happen
is amazing.
and do a dual release on both systems. Why not? Why not at that
That's what I'm
point?
saying. It would be a
Because
cash cow.
it would be. And that would sell gangbusters. But again, Rare's just I guess don't have the people working there that want to do it. I
I
don't
have a feeling they're trying to make a name for themselves and they don't want to be chained to what the company's done in the past. They want to be more like this is us now. But look at Gold. Everybody was hyped about GoldenEye. And it's
Yes.
hard to get people excited about shit nowadays in video games. There was way less bitching about that game than I saw about any game that's come out since, other than like Elden Ring. The Elden Ring everybody was stoked about. But almost every other game, there's been shit to be, well, of course, the new Zelda game. But other than that, what games have come out where people have unanimously been like, no, we're stoked about this. Like, this is going to be fun.
I
I
really
can't think
can't
about it.
say. I can't I would say I know Red Dead 2 a lot of people were heavy on. I know
Hmm.
that let's see. I gotta think about that, but I don't know. In my mind, I'd say Red Dead 2 or the original Breath of the Wild. Yeah, or
But
the
I mean,
first
still,
part.
that's been like 5, 6 years ago. Like,
Yeah, it's been a
you
while.
know, we need that, man. Banjo Kazooie would be so nice. It would be so
Oh, it
awesome.
would be, man. It'd be fucking
Yeah.
great. All right, so I guess in terms of the subject matter, there, what game would you all like to see remade? And if you and bonus points if you can tell us a dev team that you would like to handle it, or if you would just like the OGs to handle
Activision.
it. All right,
Blizzard.
yeah,
Blizzard. EA.
fuck off,
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Yeah. All right, but okay, Chad, what was the subject matter that you wanted to do? I figured let's,
Dude,
we're up on a high note. Let's drag it down to the pits a little bit.
it just hurts me. I mean, it's not anything catastrophic. Oh, but evidently there's this new AI girlfriend chat bot based on Karen.
Ah,
What is it? Some Karen Marjorie YouTuber.
I don't
And there
know.
are
I haven't looked into this.
15,000 people on a waiting list for this. Okay. 15,000 people are on a waiting list right now
Oh, okay. Well,
for this
fifth.
service. It's $1 a minute to have a two-way audio call conversation with this Chat GPT-4 plugin, by the way. Within the first week of its launch, it made $72,000 for the influencer, the actual Karen. They're thinking that it could make like $5 million in a month for her. Um, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. I don't know what to say to that, dude. What, dude? Uh, I know the internet the internet is an amazing thing. The internet has provided such a way for people to communicate, people to share things. Right now, what we are doing right now
Mm-hmm.
on Discord over the internet, it's amazing. It's
It's
amazing
cool, yeah.
that this tool is at our disposal. But at the same time, I have to ask myself this. What the fuck is wrong with people?
15,000 people waiting.
Well, and here's the thing: it 15,000. If you take the in the terms of the population metrics, I know that 15,000 sounds like a lot, and it is when you look at it on like a 3-person, like us 3 dudes sitting here. Earlier, we were playing a game of West Hunt with 6 people, and it's
Mhm.
like, okay, 6 people in a room. That's a lot of people. But you look at 15, you think of the concept of 15,000 people, and that's a arena. That's an arena
Yeah.
full of people.
Mhm.
But if you look at even in the United States, like men make up around 175 million of the population, and let's see, you like 100.
Well, it's over 15,000.
Over 15,000.
Yeah, it's
okay.
more. It's just like that's the mark that they set for this article. And this is on News Nation.
Yeah,
On their
that's
website.
That's not even 1%. That's not even like a fraction of a percent. It's just where
Mhm.
all of them have gathered together. It seems like an exorbitant amount of people, and on our scale it is. But dude, I look at that and I'm just like, that's still a minority group of people who enjoy doing that. But it's enough people to where this person is going to make bukus of cash.
Oh my God, tons.
Yeah,
Could you imagine
it's the
$5 million
fanatical
a
people.
month for
Yeah,
doing
dude,
nothing?
It's a fanatical.
It's
well,
like this person's not doing any work. They're lending license to their likeness
yes,
and their voice AI thing. Like it's just
yeah.
an AI mimicking them, and they're gonna make $5 million a month doing nothing.
It's unfucking believable, dude. I know. I'm blown away. Really.
What am I doing with my life?
Well, I mean, there's not an AI clone of you hoeing itself out to like people, so there's a win-win.
I got
for
in the
you.
one. I need to. I'm in the wrong industry, dude.
But
Yeah.
it's even though yes, I have self-respect, but 5 million is still 5 million.
No, I totally get it, but it's just like gross,
Well,
man. I don't know. I
it
see
grosses
this.
me out too.
It's just like I understand people out there are down bad, but $1. You said $1 a minute.
Mm. To me, this is akin to for the phone calls, yeah, $1 a minute. For me, to talk to a computer, bro. By the way,
Exactly.
for me, this is like emotional masturbation. You know, this is
It is.
This is
It's also audible. It's audible.
It's tricking your brain into feeling things so that like you don't feel. I
But
guess.
this
I mean,
to
I'm sure there's
cause-
people who are going to be in relationships using this thing too. I'm not thinking there's going to be husbands and wives and all kinds of people using this tool, and it's just like, what we've already seen like the negative effects of pornography are undebatable. There's proof that overdoing anything is bad. What kind of mental issue can be caused by something like this? Think about people who get so emotionally dependent on this situation, and then they lose money to afford it. They don't have contact or access to it. It's like you're going to see people dealing with the same shit that you go through with the fucking breakup over this, like the movie Her.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say something around that same ballpark. Is that in today's society, and it's always been around in a lot of different societies,
Mhm.
a lot of people are unhinged.
Yeah.
And you've
They are.
seen people who are like anybody who's a celebrity or anybody has quote unquote fame status,
Mm-hmm.
you're almost guaranteed to have at least one person that's a little bit too obsessive.
Mm-hmm.
So if depending the size you are as a creator, like for example, let's say Justin Bieber decided to do something like this, right? Have his voice be AI and have his fan pay whatever.
Oh my god.
There's gonna be people out there. There's people out there who legitimately believe that Justin know who they are and that they're quote unquote married in their brain, and they stalk him. They'll find out where he's at. So imagine the people that has this reinsurance that they're talking to this chat, AI, and they think it's reality.
Mm-hmm.
This chat AI is saying, "I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you,"
Oh boy.
and they think it's reality, and they start
Yeah.
seeking out this Karen girl.
Or having real confrontations with other people using this thing. They're like, no, that's my girlfriend. Fuck you. You can't talk to her.
Yeah. Well, there was actually there was a movie a while back with Joaquin Phoenix in it called
Yeah,
Her,
her. Yeah,
and it had Scarlett Johansson
that's what I
as
was
the
saying.
and the whole deal with that is just
It's the same
people
thing essentially.
people have a sense of longing of wanting to be important to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And people idolize. We can't help ourselves. We idolize. We put people up on a pedestal, and
100%.
we say that, oh, this is someone that I feel like I can tell anything to. I can share I can bare my soul to, and they'll get me. Even though you've never met this person, you don't know what this person likes. You don't know how this person will feel.
You project what you need onto
You
them.
project what you
Yep.
want.
Yeah.
You project everything that you want and everything that you wish to achieve. And it's just like, why? It baffles me because like me, I have people that it's like I idolize to a certain degree. I mean, hell,
Mhm.
I idolize Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
I idolize like Barry Sanders. I idolize there's a lot of like big names out there that I
Lexington
idolize.
Steel.
Who?
Johnny Sins. He
Who?
did everything. He was an astronaut. He was a doctor, a dentist, a electrician, a
Yeah.
mechanic. He did everything. I look up to him 100%.
Cable guy, pool boy,
Exactly.
pizza delivery guy.
He did all the jobs.
The
How
most
can you not look up
consistent
to him?
professor of all time. You know?
Exactly. Fulfills all of his students' needs.
Yeah.
Oh God. So, but everybody has this sense that they want to belong to something, to someone,
Yes.
and when that's not fulfilled, they go to a fanatical level.
Yes.
And when it gets to that fanatical level, it can get dangerous because
Yep.
then you
Well,
get. Go ahead.
Just think about the fucking risk of catfish scams with this technology, and you won't have the Nigerian prince scandal. You'll have, no, I've voice chatted with him. I've talked to him on the phone. And then you'll have these 70-year-old women sending their life savings to an AI program that's just
Oh my
churning
gosh.
all day and night, taking
It's already
money from
happening.
people. You
There was
know?
there was a case, I forgot what state was. Basically the daughter was upstairs in her bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
The mother gets a call because the mother was in the I think in the kitchen. She gets a call and she hears her daughter screaming in the background. And the guy said, "Oh, I have your daughter. If you don't give me $10,000 right now, I'm gonna kill her."
Mm-hmm.
And she's panicking, she's screaming, and she's crying, "Get my daughter back! Get my daughter back!" The daughter walks down the
Yeah.
stairs. It's like, "Mom, what's going on?" Just what? And she just froze. So people are using other people's family members' voice
Yeah.
and the AI to try to get ransom, even though it's not real.
I just feel bad for the people who aren't able to rationalize these things and figure out, that they act on impulse and what we used to know as reality. Our reality is forever changed with this stuff, and that's something we just have to
eternally, dude.
accept and move on from, because there's nothing we can do to control it. But people just
Nope.
have to be looking out for the elderly. We saw what 4chan did to them with the fucking right-wing shit. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, that was easy pickings for the fucking people who wanted to troll
Super easy pickings, dude.
and
It was
race bait and
sad.
all that shit.
It was super
Come on,
sad.
Shorty.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing? He was trying
Sure.
to get out of here, so
Okay.
go ahead.
Shut it, boy.
I'm just gonna keep this door cracked. Sorry, y'all.
That's cool.
He was trying to run amok.
As he do.
As he do.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole deal with just people giving their money to stuff like that and just putting all of the money into it. It's like the dudes who donated, like, basically like lost their house trying to donate to Pokimane.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. Here's a reality check that I think every person needs to hear. She will never, ever know who you actually are.
She doesn't care who
She
you
doesn't
are.
care. And in all honesty, if she did meet you in real life, there would be a huge amount of security between you, or she would tase you or pepper spray you.
Or walk right past you.
Or walk right past you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you'd be better off for it, honestly.
Yeah.
You'd be better off.
And in all honesty, I don't really understand the set. Yeah, it's like I see Nico Lowell, basically her whole thing, like people like she like someone was saying like, do you approve, like asked her like, do you approve of simping? And because she's, someone who wants to make money, she's like, dude, simping is king shit. I'm like, what? Exactly.
Gaslighting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a grift. Most of these women out here are not interested in getting to know you. Hell,
No.
they probably already have somebody that is pouring the dick to them on a daily basis. And guess what? It ain't you. She's screaming.
No.
She's on her back screaming someone else's name, and the last thing she's doing is thinking about your broke ass on a website that she uses to make money. Like, I hate to say it, but most men out there just don't get that. They don't understand that. A lot of the men that subscribe to this, they think, no, she cares about me. She actually knows me. She like, I'm a moderator on her chat. It's like, dude, I guarantee you, if you're a mod on her chat, like if she did not actually make you a mod and someone else made you a mod, it's like, she didn't do that. Like, and even if she did make you a mod, and even if she did make you a mod, what does it matter? Like, we have people on our channel who are mods, people who I trust with, moderating our chat and stuff like that. And I guarantee you, if I met them at a convention, stuff like that, I'd walk up and shake their hand and stuff like that. But does that mean I want to go to bed with them? No.
Well, I don't know.
Look, I know Ariel will probably...
and Jake are...
I know that Ariel...
and Jake,
Yeah. And then, of course, Ariel. I know Ariel would probably flip. Yeah, but...
Be begging, yeah. Play.
But that's the thing. I'm not interested in it. That's not why I got into doing YouTube. I got into YouTube to have fun. Relationship.
Nah, dude, you can't convince me that you started reacting to Little John with your mom and playing GTA Online. That is a formula for getting women, Nate. There's no way you didn't go into that with the intentions that it was going to make you a total stud.
Ladies. Oh God. But like I was saying, man, all in all, the thing with just the culture that we live in, the internet culture that basically preys on people who are lonely, preys on people who are just wanting to feel like they belong.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to do because of just like AI algorithms and just like how, and also our stupid monkey brains every time, like we're straight. So if we see a woman that we find attractive, we're like, hello. I'm going
I start
to like
scratching
that.
at my armpits, and you just gotta be like, what the fuck?
It's like I said, it just, this society normalized that whole simping culture, and it's to the point where, like, when I scroll through TikTok, and when I ever so often gets those the thirst traps here and there, their bio is PayPal, their bio is Cash App, their bio is this. They just have that as their bio, and they just expect, because I have a pretty face and a pretty body, I'm gonna have guys that are gonna want to talk with me and send me money, but I'm just gonna use it as, just a way for me to get money.
And it works.
Yes,
exactly. And that's the
and
part
it
that
works.
It bothers me.
Have you seen Idiocracy? Kids, where the dude just keeps being like, oh yeah, hell yeah, and he's got that money and he just keeps giving it to that chick for no reason at all. That movie came out in 2006.
They called it a lot of shit.
Mike Judge knew, dude, that simp culture was going to be a huge thing. He called it in that movie a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing too. A lot of dudes out there are taught that simp culture is the norm. Like, in order to get a woman's attention, you have to be that way. It's like, no. There's
Porno
No.
Arcade
no
just recorded
self-respect,
our
dude.
simp song.
That's how you
dude.
get
I
a
can't wait.
gold digger that will then use your resources all the way up and then hop
Yeah.
out while having the guy in the background when she's really interested in. So she'll
Yeah.
use you for resource, have a guy on that's actually her main on the side without letting you know.
Yeah.
And then once you're drained completely, then she says, "Well, I'm out. Actually, I've been dating this this dude named Tyler for 3 years. Peace out."
Or actually, I am an a VTuber who's actually your 55-year-old uncle who you think is a loser and lives in your grandma's basement, but is actually simping you out for money. You
Oh,
know, you don't know. You don't
That's
know.
evil.
A lot of that's another thing too. I see all these people just, oh, this VTuber's amazing. They do this, blah blah blah, and they have no idea who it actually is.
no.
Like, you've never seen the actual person. Watch reaction videos from a fucking cartoon animated fake character that doesn't actually exist. Live streams, all of this stuff.
Like, I can sit
And
here, hit a
it
button.
could literally
Hey
be
guys, so today we're gonna be watching this video. Oh my god, so you guys are so cute.
I can do
like-
that.
it could literally be Rick. He may have just blown his cover of his cash cow
Exactly.
just now.
Exactly.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But
Like,
that
like, I
VTuber
think, yeah.
you're watching and thinking is just like, oh my gosh, she's so into me. I'm
it's
gonna keep
actually
the-"
Rick.
Next thing you know, it's just like all of a sudden, like, wait, I know that
Sim
voice.
cultures are kings. I need you kings to pay your sim taxes today.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm mildly attracted to Rick now. I don't know how to reverse this. That's funny as shit.
Okay.
Is this a good segue point? I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna top that.
No,
I'm
I
gonna be
don't
honest.
know. There's no topping that. But you going
We may
ooh
want
and
to top
everything.
Rick, but he won't let us.
Me.
No, more like Nico needs you to knock that shit off.
Bust your Nico kneecaps.
He said bus.
Oh, I'm about to bust.
On
So-
your Nico kneecaps.
So, okay, my last one is, or my theme of the day, with, I guess, ending it out on this. We'll keep it short and simple. But Netflix has released trailers for several new shows, specifically 2 animated show adaptations, including Avatar: The Last Airbender, first look. Which I haven't watched yet, but I'm interested in seeing.
I've never seen the cartoon.
It's amazing. It
Never
is-
seen it.
It's hands down
It
one
is.
of the best animated
Many
shows
people have said this to me.
ever. Period.
Many people have said
character
it.
development, animation,
Fire, water, earth.
wind,
air.
or air. All of a sudden, here I am quoting Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Like, Earth, fire, wind, water, heart.
He shows up to see the Avatar guy. He's like, I
Planet,
like this
motherfucker.
guy. This guy's awesome. He gets me.
Exactly. But not only that, but there's also One Piece.
Never seen it.
That's
Me neither.
they're doing a live action one. Well, let me save you the trouble. 1065 episodes. This dude wants to become the king of the pirates. And here's what I will say. It is very goofy, very silly, but the characters in it have just great character development, and also the world is very amazing. The world's very like broad and vast and has so many just cool characters and cool cool worlds. But my problem is just going from animated to live action.
Mm.
Animation, you can get away with a lot, and
Yeah.
where it's animated, you're able to suspend your disbelief. But whenever you
Right.
actually put live action characters in there, or live action like actual living, breathing people,
Mm-hmm.
you have to adapt things to be a little bit more grounded.
Yeah.
Because and it's goofy enough because the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, yes, that is his actual name.
Me too.
He actually
Like that Monkey D.
Ooga, like ooh. Yeah. But Luffy, his main thing is because of an incident, he is made of rubber. Like, and he basically is able to stretch himself. Yes, I know. And
There's so much that could be done with this.
I
And I'm sure
know
it already has.
it probably
Work.
already has, but I haven't looked into that.
Rule.
So the hero of this tale has a rubber arm. What could go wrong?
Well, no. Here's the thing,
type in
and not
rules
only that,
17
but he
plus
also
17.
has a special move where he literally blows it up the size of a fucking a Volkswagen and punches people with it. Like,
There's so much.
I could just think about
I saw what you were doing, Rick. I saw that, motherfucker. And the
Mr.
thing is,
Fantastic
he also has the whole thing where he says he also does like the things where he calls out his special move, and he calls it the gummo no punch, just stuff like that. And the thing is, he's the main character, and he's probably the funniest character because he's an idiot. He's a literal fucking idiot.
I can relate to that.
I can as well. And he surrounds himself with these like really cool characters, and it goes on a journey to like conquer the high seas and everything. And it's
awesome.
Yeah,
I only know about
now.
Nami.
Well, Nami. I don't know. Robin, I'm more into. Yes, Robin. Yes, but
I never watched the show. I don't know how I know them.
Of course. But yeah, the thing is with this show is that I'm worried that it will lose its soul. It will lose part of it. So, and I haven't watched
Note.
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Dude, Dragon Ball. Oh,
Dragon D's balls.
that's the worst.
That one. That one was awful. Harakiri.
Yeah, I'm just about to commit.
Bro,
Gonna commit Sudoku.
That's the thing that makes, like you said, things becoming more grounded and them having to like change shit for live action. I just don't think there ever needs to be a Dragon Ball live action anything.
I don't think
it
so
just
either.
Doesn't need to happen.
Rick, put it away.
Happen?
God damn it.
Rick, don't make me do it. Rick, stop it. Rick, stop. Shit. Chad left. Oh, God.
What the fuck? I did not expect
to
show
that
back
either.
up and see and hear that.
What the fuck is that?
I'm about to run a train on you. But yeah, dude.
Wow.
Dude, this is from National Tunnel Park. Like this.
Oh, yeah.
I got this so long ago. I forget when this was made. But it even has
And
my
that train's
fucking
still
initials
blowing.
on it. It has my initials on it because my mom didn't want me to lose it. And then I found it one day and I was like, still works. Yeah.
Sounds legit.
It does sound legit.
Oh, but God of mercy. So, One Piece, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and I just worry that this is going to be a lot like the Full Metal Alchemist live action remakes, and they were terrible. Capital T, exclamation point, terrible.
Charles Barkley, terrible.
Even worse than that, dude. It was like a bad dream that I wish I could forget.
I don't think anything could be worse than Dragon Ball Evolution. That was the worst.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
the director even said he never watched it. It was just they just
you
made
know
it.
It's bad whenever the director's just like, yeah.
The director never watched any Dragon Ball. He had no idea what the hell Dragon Ball was.
Yeah.
and when the fucking guy who created Dragon Ball tried to help, they were like,
Toriyama.
nah.
Yeah,
they told him to
Toriyama
go
tried
home.
to help. Well, that's also what I'm worried about with Avatar: The Last Airbender because Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, they were originally attached to like help with the creative process, but then they had a falling out with Netflix that basically
Oh no,
and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
that spells doom.
usually does.
Just
And
like Rings of Power, whenever the Tolkien experts were told to leave.
I mean, there already was a live action, the last Airbender movie years ago.
we don't talk about that.
It wasn't.
I didn't know about that.
It was terrible.
I watched it. It was bad, but it was compared to Evolution.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's literally
Dude,
cancer.
you're literally like comparing like the lowest, like I'm talking frog shit on the bottom of bottom of a swamp.
that
like,
bar is
low.
like way low.
Now, you're not even out of the swamp whenever it
No.
comes to the Avatar, the original like Last Airbender movie. First
Yeah.
off, I immediately knew I was in trouble as soon as I saw directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm.
And then I also knew I was in trouble whenever I started watching it, and I was just like, they are rushing through the. Also,
Yeah, it was rushed.
why is Jackson Rathbone Sokka? Isn't Sokka supposed to be funny? This guy's as funny as a Greek tragedy. It's like, what the hell?
Oh.
And then of course I don't fault the kid actors. I don't, because they were being told what to do by the director and everything. I blame the studio, I blame M. Night Shyamalan, and I blame the rushed writing. Plus, how can you do a movie? The show is so long and has so many plot points. How are you going to crush like a whole season of like 20 episodes into one movie?
True.
And skip so much awesome stuff.
At least do a trilogy with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't even know all I know is the context you're giving me, and that already sounds stupid.
Yeah, dude.
It's like dumbass Harvey Weinstein trying to fucking turn the Lord of the Rings into one movie. What a fucking idiot, dude.
Of course he's Harvey Weinstein. I mean, the dude is an
fucking
idiot. But
there aren't enough boobs in this movie. We don't care about this. Who can I harass?
well, I guarantee you, it's just like, so when are you starting production here in Hollywood? It's like, oh, we're not doing production in Hollywood. We're going to New Zealand. It's like, I'm not going to fly to New Zealand just to to
Oh
supervise
my God.
production.
Oh, that was dark.
Harvey Weinstein.
But then again, fuck him, you know.
Oh, I hope he rots in hell. And
He
in
is.
jail.
He is in hell right now.
Fuck him, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that's really all I had to say about that.
Yep.
So I guess we're gonna end it here, everybody. So this was the Beardy Boys once again, bringing y'all all the hot stuff, all the beardiness that y'all can
And
handle.
Rick's brown booty hole.
And of course,
Yep. What you
His
think?
booty hole
Booty hole
brown.
I'm
I
out
swear
of
to God.
town.
I swear to God.
Like what you think? My booty hole brown.
Good night, everybody.